Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode where we'll understand bag of words. So last time we studied one-hot encoding, right? And the problem with one-hot encoder was that it just represents it as binary vectors, so 1 and 0, with a position of 1 indicating each word giving its own unique sort of a vector representation. But what about the counts? What happens if in a particular sentence the cat is used twice, thrice, or something like that, right? So you need to know the frequency as well. So this is where bag of words come into the picture, where it says that the text is represented that it converts the sentences into word counts, but of course it ignores the word orders and all, right? It just uses the word count to see how many times a particular word has been present in your corpus, right? So for example, if I have the cat sat on the mat and the dog sat on the rug, what you will do is you will create first of all a vocabulary where you will sort of take all the unique words that are there in the sentences in your entire corpus basically. So over here your corpus basically has only 2 sentences, but you'll take all the unique words that are there in your corpus, and from that you will convert it into the word count vector. So for example, you see in sentence 1 the appears twice, in sentence 2 the appears twice, similarly cat once, and in sentence 2 0, and so on, right? So now once you have converted into your count vectors, that's how your bag of words come into picture, right? You can basically create vectors out of it, count vectors out of it, and that's where your bag of words come into play. Now, why this is better than the one-hot encoder that we use? Because there's no more sparse metrics, the long 0, 1 metrics that we had, right? And it captures the word importance, where you will see that if the word cat appears more times and dog appears more times, it will give more importance or more weightage to those kind of words, right? And then of course work well in a sort of a document classification task where you have something like, hey, the movie was amazing or the movie was horrible, and if in your entire corpus people are repeatedly saying that the movie was amazing, right? That's where you can say that, okay, since the count of amazing is too much, I can assume that the movie would have been amazing or something like that, right? So that's where bag of word helped. It was majorly used for document classification tasks, but of course it has its own drawbacks and intricacies, and that's why we need to move beyond the bag of words itself, right? For example, it ignores the word order because the order of the word basically changes the meaning of the entire sentence, right? And that was ignored over here. You're just taking counts of the words. It also ignores the context and meaning. So for example, the river bank and I went to the bank to withdraw the cash, right? Two different contexts, two different meanings, which could not be captured by bag of words, right? And it also gives it also favors to most common words, right? For example, the you will find these kind of words occurring more frequently in a sentence, but for getting maybe a spam classification or a document classification, you don't think that these words would be are ideal words that should be used for the document classification itself. So these were some of the drawbacks, and these drawbacks were then taken care by TF-IDF, which we'll learn in the next lecture. So share it with someone who might like this.